Like some sci-fi explorers lighting out from whatever war, we came to the point of no passage, the end of our universe. The breakthrough was inches away, where systems pulsed around some other center, a hair's breadth away, though the expanse presented no barrier and small stars shone in every direction. But the pull we could muster if we tried, all the force that would ever be ours to use, couldn't put us across. The ends wouldn't meet, and imperceptibly we slid along the fine line of difference. Perfect parabola, swept on with infinite subtlety back to where we had come from. To interpreters and abandoned planets, to alien invaders and their superior fleet, never guessing the foregone conclusion or knowing how far we had flown. Escape by George Bradley. And so we are going to come right back. Thank you for your patience during my hiatus, because I had no voice, and a solo podcast without any voice is actually kind of boring. But we find ourselves still, poor Yakeem, stuck here in the center of all this. He had spent a couple of days trying to find out as much as he could about the young woman who had been so brutally and horrifically manipulated, experimented on. That chest crab implanted in the middle of her chest and turning her into a formidable fighter, but as Yakeem got a chance to get to know her a little bit, he realized, of course, she was an unwitting fighter. She had no desire to be here, and outside of just the faintest desire to actually get out of this situation, she told him that if he found a way to get her out, she would want to go. But she doesn't believe it's actually going to be possible. Now, Yakeem also not one to really give up, making sure that he still had the key card to get into the vehicle bay. Had a couple of conversations with Talia, his captor, the one experimenting on him the worst, and found out a little bit about kind of the expectations of the Gitani and the Splugorth Empire. But in it, he also found a rather surprising, sympathetic person, one of the Alteran warrior women by the name of Anne Ra, looking for a way to get out herself. Now, these particular women, clone race that are effectively slaves directly to the Splugorth, used as part of the slaving runs, but at the same time treated as property themselves, Yakeem, in his conversation with her, found something fascinating. She wanted to get out, and she wanted to just simply be. She wanted the rights and understandings, the desires of just being able to own something, to pick something up. In particular, what she found particularly fascinating was jewelry. And now Yakeem, a little surprised, but not entirely sure on how he's going to get out, made sure that he understood, too, that whatever approach he's going to take, there is a turret watching their every move on the only ramp in and out of this subterranean dungeon. And so we are going to return as Yakeem. He is, well, quite frankly, still a little unsure, but he also knows that eventually he is going to have to get out of here. So I think we are going to give him here just a couple of minutes. Let's start with our standard scene operation. My expectations here, Yakeem doesn't want to tip his hand that he has an Altera warrior woman on his side, but I suspect that he would be wanting to get out of here sooner. He's seen what's happening. He's just waiting for that day to come where he's going to be carted out again on one of those slaver carts. And the worst thing that could possibly happen to him right now would be them putting another one of those parasites on the back of his neck. So we're going to check for the scene. Alright, it is interrupted. 56, move away from a thread. Transform. Extravagance. Well, let's find out the thread that we are moving away from. Okay, interesting. Okay, but I think I kind of understand this. So we're going to move away from the Splugorth function here. The transform extravagance. Oh, okay. As Yakeem begins to kind of approach, he sees every now and then, he believes it's Anra. There's a slight issue with any kind of clone race, and the fact that, yeah, it's kind of hard to tell them apart. But as he approaches one after another, trying to, hey, wanted to ask you about jewelry if you get an opportunity. And he watches for their approach. None of them seem to really pay him much mind. Some of them shove him back and just get back in line. But as he wanders around, he's like, how the fuck am I supposed to find out which one was with me? Oh, god damn. Alright. Well, there's something going on. And let's give him a quick notice roll. Because I think something... D6. We need to get some real dice here. We're not going to roll those fake digital dice. Oops. Now. Alright, 5 and a 6. 6 blows up. It's an 11 total. And so, Yakeem starts watching some of this, and he's like, oh, fuck, something's going on. He kind of glances around, and he looks over, and he sees Talia, and he's like, hey, I'm not trying to, like, pry or anything, but is something happening? Let's go to a plot twist roll. Skills, conversations... I know there's a plot twist table. Come on. I could have sworn I had just seen it too. Yeah, nothing quite like scrolling through a bunch of menus trying to find one particular one. Meanings miscellaneous. Twists. Escape death. Escape death. I mean, that's a little bit of too on the nose. Yakeem, of course, himself desiring to escape this prison that he's in, primarily to avoid death, right? But also, but we're moving away from a thread, and the transform extravagance. What I'm actually thinking it is, Talia kind of looks over to him and goes, well, we are expecting potential great visitor. And Yakeem just, oh yeah? Who are we expecting? It's like your mayor gonna come. Do you guys have a mayor? You have a president? Goes, no, that's absolutely absurd. Why would you trust the people to be able to vote on their own? No, we are primarily just well, quite frankly, we are well, how do I put this? We are owned and controlled by one particular species and race. Ours in particular, Splithgrin, is one of the strongest of the Splugorth out there. Okay, that's cool, man, but that is he visiting? Oh, don't be absurd. He would never actually come out here. No, he primarily lives in his pyramid in the middle of Atlantis. No. We are going to be, well, we're going to be expecting one of the high priests. And he goes, oh, that's okay. Should I be worried? Should I put on like a nice suit or something? I mean, can I wear something other than just pants? He goes, oh, no. The high priest is going to be coming out here to examine you. We're going to determine, given your very limited lifespan that I've been reporting on, Well, we're going to determine if you need to be transported sooner rather than later. Oh, fuck. How soon is soon? I wouldn't worry about that too much. Quite frankly, when they come to capture you, you're not going to remember much. You'll probably just be in the gladiator pits. They'll probably just let you burn out. Fuck. You guys are dicks. I don't understand what genitalia has to do with this. Right. Okay, man. Just how long do I got? Let's see. Is there anything about time? We will give... yeah, we'll just roll general actions and hope the Oracle helps us figure this out. Defiant Bazaar. Oh, well, quite frankly, we have no idea. You'll probably just be, whisked away. It could be days, it could be today. Well, we're not entirely sure. Ugh. Yeah, you guys never heard of, like, calendars or some, just the basic invite? He goes, why would we bother? Your property. Right. Okay. So, I think what this means to Yakeem, he's got to go. Yeah, his real action here, his only real move is he's going to have to make this escape attempt, like, today. So, Yakeem, he, okay. I think Yakeem starts coming up. I'm going to bump the chaos factor up because that's fucked up. And I think Yakeem is going to be one to start looking at the escape routes. So, let's try. Does Yakeem attempt his escape today? Exceptional, yes. Not only is he going to escape today, he's going to go for it pretty much in the next few minutes. Now, the last one. Does he tell the girl with the chest crab? Because he did promise her 70. Yes, he does. Okay. So Yakeem, looking around, he just kind of goes up and he sees her from across the room. He goes, I'm going to give him a stealth check. I think people are going to be watching him right now. His stealth is a... Get out of the way. D8 plus 1. Cool. Thank you past me for giving Yakeem some good stats there. That's a 4 and a 5 plus 1, so it's a 6, so that's a success. I'm going to give Talia a notice roll. D6. It's 3. Talia does not notice. He comes over and he starts talking to the girl with the chest crab. He sees her from across the way. He's like, hey, that birthday party we were talking about? She kind of looks at him. She's like, what? Have you lost your mind? He goes, no. We were talking about that birthday party you wanted to get to that you weren't quite sure if you were going to get out in time. And I was going to take you. It's happening today. So, happy birthday. And she takes a second. She's like, oh, is that happening today? Yeah, it's going to happen today. Okay, let's, we're going to give him a persuasion roll. So that is a D6. That explodes. So it's a 10 total. And, you know what? We're just going to call that as a success. It's with a raise. Yakeem's going to go, yeah. So, pack your best gifts. So, oh, okay. Yeah. We can do that. All right. So, you want to go meet me by the doors and, say about 15 minutes? She looks around. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go maybe grab one of those toys we played with earlier. Yeah, that's a good idea. We're probably gonna be fighting our way out of here. So I think she's gonna need a name. So I made a copy that had her stats on it. Let's see what randomly generated name she gets. She is Inter. Hello, Inter. Welcome to the party. Oops. Enter, and you are now a real person. So Yakeem starts making his way over, and he looks around, realizing, of course, there's a very real chance he could die on this. He's not sure what he's going to do next. He starts moving around, watching for Talia. He goes, okay. Yakeem. There's no fucking better time, man. And as he goes over to the gate, he lifts out from a side pocket that he had put into his pants, I guess, right? Because I'm assuming they give him pockets. We're going to say that he's been able to kind of keep this thing pocketed before. And we're going to go into a dramatic task for this. So, we're going to give him... Let's see here. We're going to give him 3 rounds. It's just him. So we're going to do, 4 sounds about right. It's still going to be kind of a brutal one. So, Yakeem goes up to the gate, and I think the first thing we're going to give him is a reset? No. Why aren't you letting me start it? Total segments, current segments, 0. Okay, we start off from round 1. Yakeem, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to deal him some initiative. Just to make sure that he gets 7 of hearts. Okay, no serious issue here. But we're going to go over, and he's going to try his thievery roll to see if he can get into the door with this stolen key card easy enough. So, let's 2 and a 3, but a 3 plus 2, so that is 1 success. He manages to get that door open pretty quickly without anyone really noticing. He slips around it and takes a look. It's like, alright, hey, anybody in here? Cool. And we're going to go into next round. We're going to give him a stealth check, d6 plus 1. 6 blows up. It's an 11 plus 1, that's a 12, so that's with a raise. So cool. Yakeem smoothly, slowly begins to go in. He steps to look in. He's like, hey, alright. I don't see that healing crab thing anywhere, so this is off to a good start. But who the fuck do I pick? And he looks around. Okay. And he takes a look. There's a couple of Kitani power armors here. He doesn't really know shit about it, but you know what? I'm going to give him a repair roll. This will be his potentially last roll. Oh, should have been dealing cards. 8 of hearts. Alright, last. Draw a card, buddy. Oh, 6 of hearts. Okay, well, you almost got a straight there, so maybe that counts for something. 2 and a 1. Fuck that. His repair is just D4. Just going to spend a Benny on this. We need a success here. Now, I feel uncomfortable spending a Benny. Next one. Well, 5 and a 4. Alright, 5 counts as a success. Simple enough for a dramatic task. And as Yakeem steps through, he starts looking through and he's like, "No, man, I fucking don't know much about that one." It's like, that looks fucked up. That looks like a snake. I don't even get how you'd move in that. Okay. Well, I guess the best I'm gonna be able to do here. Okay, that one looks like it may be person built. And so let's take a look. Power armor. I know the Gitani's got a universal. There it is. He kind of eyes it up and down. He's like, "Yeah, okay, it'll be good, but fuck, man, this is gonna be tough." So I think he grabs that. He starts putting it on, but of course he's not trained in it. So he is technically going to take a D2 or -2 to all of his rolls for this. But he also looks around, and the Gitani double-bladed plasma axe is exactly what he wants. He goes around, starts picking things up, finds one of these, and just, "Oh, okay. Alright, I think we're going to be best friends here, baby." And the Gitani double-bladed axe, beautiful piece of equipment, absolutely deadly. He kind of starts holding it over his head. Oops. Gitani. This giant axe, he clicks a button and it starts to cackle life a little bit. Light blue edging just kind of comes up from the outside. He sees it begin to glow with a radiant light. Takes a couple swings and it's just beautifully balanced in his hand. But on top of that, he realizes, alright, fucking call me a moron or something, but I'm pretty sure right there, that looks like a barrel of a gun. He's like, "I'm willing to fucking bet that's the barrel of a gun." Let's see. Does Yakeem test the plasma bolt? Because this could give him away, but Yakeem, not a good idea, buddy. But we're gonna try it. So, -2 to a shooting roll, which is a D10. So D10, D6. 6 blows up, and just even with the -2, that's a hit. And he takes a shot. And let's take a look at something here. What actually? No, go away. 3d12, or yeah, 3d12. Whew. Okay. I should have grabbed more dice. Alright, that's an 11, plus a 4, plus a 2. What is that? An 11, a 4, and a 2 is 15, 17 points total. Mega damage as he fires it off, and it melts one of the other suits of armor. He goes, "Alright, no, this is a good fucking idea." And he starts firing randomly. We'll just say, not even randomly, he starts firing into some of the other suits. Just burning holes, melting legs, wherever he can. We're going to give him a repair roll. Now, of course, he's having a hard time. Well, actually, repair's smart, so Pretty sure it's just physical that he takes the -2 out for power armor. 2 and a 6. Oh yeah, 9 total. He starts directly damaging a lot of these suits. No one's going to be able to follow after him with a suit unless they have the ability to actually repair it. Yakeem just like, alright. Alright, baby. It's going to be go time. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I step out this door. It's going to be it. Alright. And let's see, chaos factor. I'm going to say we drop a little bit, since the fact that is he just sabotaged a little bit of the weaponry, but of course it's not going to be quite enough. But we are going to, oops, step into some combat here. So that seems really loud. Yakeem. Let's find ourselves a nice little base. Let's find a scene. And I'm picturing a scene that looks like a warehouse? No, I'm not sure about that. Cargo bay. Well, we can just use this crazy scene as Yakeem steps out of the door. Alright, let's go to the scene alteration. I'm expecting the potential of a surprise round. It's an interrupted event, remote event, overindulge trials. Overindulge trials. It's a remote event that's going to affect this. Maybe. Oh, I have an idea. Is a... No, okay. Whew, that's good. So, but we still have to determine who else is going to be here. Maybe, actually... No, this is a remote event. Well, let's roll on the threats list and see if we can get an event that may... discover Jean-Francois' background outside. You know what? We will hold on that one because I think we are going directly into an actual combat scene. I'm not terribly worried about it right now. So, oh, maybe what it is, thinking about it, did the tourist labor return? And new random encounter. Current context. Really with the extravagance tonight. Extravagance illusions. Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Now I have an idea. Are the Slugorth minions caught unaware while feasting? That's specific. No, damn. Well, they're still going to be caught unaware. So, as Yakeem steps out, the power armor still a little uncomfortable around him, but heavy set as he is, he's now standing easily about 10 feet tall in this carapace-like glimmering armor. The let's see, it was 4 total. Go over to Ann Ra. We're going to enter her token. And who else is here? Well, we said that there was one of the, what are they called? Kaidan. How are they even spelt? Huh. Kaidians? Abilities, races, but I don't actually have a... How do I not have an NPC for that? That seems like a gross misappropriation, so... Man, they actually have stats, at least I thought they did. But, you know what, we're just going to put another... You know what, not a Katani Commando. There's another Katani... Nope, that's just it. So we'll just put another commando out there. Fall, Talia, and who else is going to be here? Oh, we said that there is one of these Splugorth, what are they called? Not a Beastmaster. Savage Rifts. Atlantis and the Demon Sea. No. What the fuck is it? Ah, there we go. It's an overlord. Import. And then, what were the other creatures? Yeah, it's one of the High Lords. This guy's gonna be tough. But where did the High Lord go? So it's not just the High Lord. This was the Kennel Master. Yeah, that guy gets a name. Mate, Uwu, and Bra. Alright, Foundry, that's a little weird, but okay. So, we are going to start. This is for all the marbles, kids. Let's see if Yakeem can actually get his ass out of here. For Talia, he's got quick. It's an 8 of diamonds. The Kennel Master, what is... what kind of edges does he have? Let's see. Level-headed. He gets to draw 2 cards and choose which one. Okay. That sucks. So he's definitely going to take the 10. But Yakeem gets the ace, so that's definitely a nice thing. Yakeem, alright. So, Yakeem comes out, and none of these folks are going to get their first real turn, as I'm going to actually say, and why isn't it giving me the left click to release? Yakeem gets a surprise round. He steps out, and he is going to target the Kennel Master, and he's going to target that guy. And he's going to multi-action penalty. He is going to start taking some shots. We are going to Plasma Bolt. Mod of +4 for the drop. And he didn't reload. I'm gonna give that one to him. I think he would have spent the time to reload. +4 plasma bolt. There's no ammunition set. Okay. I'm gonna give him a couple, and now let's stop dicking around and let's start fighting. How is that? Shots used. 1. Yakeem comes running up. And he is going to take a swing because I am done with that. Wow. Alright. Thanks, Foundry. That reminds me, this is why I use dice. D8. And his D6. He gets a +4, -2 for multi-action penalty, so only a +2 on these rolls. A 1 and a 4, so that is a 6. And now, that is not a hit with a raise. What is his parry? His parry is 5, so that is a hit. Right on, Yakeem. Good job. So, the Kidani double-bladed axe is strength plus 2d12 plus 3. 2d12 plus another d12 plus 3 plus 4, so it's +7 total. That is a 1. The 12 blows up. Another 12, so it's 24, 25, 35, 35 plus another 12. Wow, Yakeem, 47. 47 plus 4 is 51 plus 7 is 58, and this guy has a toughness of 24. So Yakeem realistically could take this guy out in this one shot. Of course, he is going to burn a Benny. His vigor is a D10, it's a D6, and soaks 1. He's going to burn the other Benny. He only soaks 1. Yakeem comes out of the gate swinging high arc. Well, actually, it's got a toughness of 8. Is there any armor piercing on this thing? 0. No. Yakeem comes out of the gate and lops this guy's arm straight off. The double-bladed axe, as it powers up, it becomes this crackling blue energy. It almost feels like lightning. And as Yakeem swings, and the arm goes flying off. The High Lord starts screaming in just an absolute panic. And he turns and comes over to the larger Kaidan. Same thing. Yakeem is going to come out, swinging D8 plus his D6. It's a 5 and a 2. So it's still a +2. Actually, technically, it's not even that. He doesn't get the full +4 from the surprise because he's in power armor. He's not good at this. But that makes that a 5. He's going to throw his burn die in. Yakeem don't give a shit. This is it. That's a 3, so that's enough to hit. He gets past the parry. So it's going to be his 3d12 damage yet again. So Yakeem... Where did that D12 go? There it is. 2, 4, 4, 10, plus 7. It's not enough. Yakim starts slashing, and the Kaidan, it just kind of like catches it on the armor, surprised, and begins to try to parry, push him back. The Overlord power armor that he's already wearing and the Staff of Pacification, oh, that's going to be an issue. But Yakim seems almost like a demon possessed. Just begins to swing. One of the warrior women sees him, turns, and she is going to fire. Now Yakim has both nimble and dodge and the juicer ability, which means that he has a -5 to be hit. Actually, I think because he's not trained, he cannot take the nimble feature. I'm going to say he can't. It's still -4 because Yakim is incredibly quick. So it's a shooting roll of a d10. She's not a wild die. So that's a 9. -4 puts it down to a 5. That's still going to hit. The wrist blaster is 2d12. A 5 and a 5. That's 10 total. 12. Toughness of 20. And even with the armor piercing, it's not enough to get past it. Glances off as Yakim, used to wearing heavier armor, ducks a shoulder down. The wrist blaster hits and skitters off, and Yakim seems to almost like keep moving just based on the expectations of what's going on. So let's turn on some cool sound effects too while we're at it. So that is her. She goes back. She's going to take cover. Ann Ra. All right, Ann. Let's see what you can do. The first thing I'm going to do for free, I'm going to give her a notice roll to see if she understands what's going on. This is a D8. And that is a 6. So she sees kind of what's going on. Now the question is, we're going to ask, does Ann Ra actually join the fight? Exceptional, yes. Ann Ra. So she is going to raise and fire. Now the question is, of course, she knows who some of the bigger threats are. I think she'd be a little hesitant to fight against her sisters, so I think she's going to go against the Kennel Master. Fighting of... Let's see, her shooting, D10. That's a 7. That's gonna hit. I don't think this guy has any edges. Iron Will Wizard, Scholar, Rapid Recharge. Nope. Okay. So Ann Ra raises and fires her shot. The wrist blasters do that 2d12 plus 2. So let's go ahead and get that going. That's a 3 and a 2. That's a 5. Even with the combined... Yeah. It's not enough. And she turns and fires, and the High Lord sees, and there's an expression of fear. And actually, it's a +4, so that would have been a hit with a raise. That blows up, so... That blows up. 12, 17 total, plus the 5, so that will be enough, right? 17 plus 5 is 23. Armor piercing of 2, that brings it down, so it is enough to, and this creature's already shaken. Ann Ra kills right off the bat the Kennel Master. She sees him, she knows how much of a threat he is, she knows the magic abilities that they have. She fires, and as its face turns towards it, this over-glaring, just lamprey style mouth opens up, and it hisses. As the plasma begins to burn, the creature slumps to the ground and just begins to dissipate in a continuous burning Let's get an incapacitation on there. Distracted, yeah. Alright. Kennelmaster is out of the fight. She goes and takes some cover, and one of her sisters sees Judy Terran's turn on An-Ra. I'm assuming that they will, but we will find out. No, they don't. But they have a surprise round, so they will go after the Kennelmaster. He did. Yeah, that's great. No, he did. Mate Talia sees, but now we've got Enter. And Enter, I'm going to give her to start a fear check because she's just not quite as combat ready as the other two, but a forced success. She comes running out, and I think she's going to go up to Talia. She sprints with a surprising quickness, and where did the Overlord go? Alright, we'll deal with him in a second. I must have hit the wrong button or something. Enter comes up and just starts swinging. Now, I've given her the actual stats that she's supposed to have, so she gets a fighting die of a d6. That's a 2. And she's a little unsure of herself, but her symbiotic action, as the chest crab lashes out, 6 blows up, 9 total on his hit, and what is Talia's parry? So that's a hit. And the symbiote gets d6 plus 2d6, so it's 3d6 total on this damage roll. And it's mega damage. Armor piercing is 6, mild poison, so there's a lot that's about to happen. 1, 3, 4, that's a 9 damage, and he has 15 toughness. Now, armor piercing 6, so that's actually 9. He is now shaken. And he needs to make a vigor roll, which he succeeds, but what does a mild poison do? Alright, so let's execute the macro. Alright, he is now poisoned, which also gives him the distracted. Okay. Talia, though, that is her one attempt. And as she spins, we're going to go to the next round. Just going to draw a card. King of Spades. Oh no, they get Joker. Yeah, so she goes on hold. Uwu goes on hold, and we go over to An-Ra right off the bat. She's going to aim, and she's going to try to fire around and take out Rebo. Shooting of a d10. That's a 9, so that's going to be a hit with a raise. And hits toughness 26. So we got to do 3 and that's a 9. 3 and a 9, 12 plus 2 is 14. Armor piercing, what do we say? 4. That's a 22. It's not enough. She turns and fires, but then her sister here, Uwu, is going to try to go right now. And she's going to return fire against Yakim. So it's a d10. But with the -4 to hit Yakim, given his speed, that is a miss. And so, we now go to Mate. She's going to take another fire at Yakim. 7 minus 4 is a 3. That's another miss. We go to Rebo. As his shots start ringing out, this creature turns. Let's make sure. Staff of Pacification. Rebo's going to take. Let's make sure. Brawny combat flexes. That's +2. Frenzy means he gets a second fighting attack. Yep, that's what I thought. Alright, so Rebo gets 2 fighting rolls for 1 attack action. So he gets 2 d8s. A 1 and a 7 minus 4. Let's see if the 1 is a critical failure. It is not. So it's a 3 and a 1. Neither of 1 is going to meet Yakeem's parry, which is currently a 6. And as this creature starts lashing out, trying to catch Yakeem, these 2 power armored creatures going back and forth, Yakeem starts parrying, blocking it with the broadside of the axe just to kind of keep the attacks down. And then that's going to be it for Rebo. We go to Enter. She's going to keep up the attack. Screaming in a little bit of fear. She's going to roll her... Oh, no. Okay, so it's not a critical failure, but it is an automatic miss. Her symbiote, though. 4, that's not going to be enough. As Talier is now... Actually, they're +2 because he is distracted. Oh, no, it's a -2 to his rolls. Enter tries to overwhelm him with just constant swinging, and Talier seems a little shocked. Get back in your cell. I said get back in your cell. Last one of the gals is going to fire and misses Yakeem as he just kind of dodges and dances. Yakeem's going to take 2 actions against Rebo, both of which are going to be fighting rolls. And at some point I need to give him Frenzy too, because truth is he's been fighting a lot more than I was expecting. So attack number 1, so this is -4 total, given the fact that he is both in power armor that he's not trained in, and he's taking a multi-action penalty, but he knows he's got to overwhelm this creature. 6 blows up. So that's a 9 minus 4, it's a 5. That's not his parry, so he is going to throw in a burn die. So, there we go, that's a hit. 3d12. 6 and a 5. It's an 11 total. 11 total, 19 total versus a 26. And what did we say the armor piercing was? None. Yakeem just swings down twice. The first one doesn't seem to even get through the armor, but Yakeem is undaunted. Second fighting attack, and 4. 6 total. Alright. So it's an 11 minus 4, which is 11 minus 4 is 7, versus the parry of 6. That's another hit. Burn dice coming in handy, but man, isn't scary. 10 to 12, 19. Still not enough to get past this creature's heavy armor. And Yakeem just kind of gets stuck to a draw. Talier unshakes, but he is distracted. And he takes a... Oh, that's right. He takes a point of fatigue from the poison. So while he is distracted like this, he is... What is Arcane Protection? Yeah, that's not really going to help him. He's going to draw his ion pistol and he's going to shoot in point blank range. So this is going to be his shooting, which is a d8, versus her parry, which is a 4. But he gets a -1 because he is currently fatigued. 6 minus 1 is a 5. It's still a hit. This isn't going to work well for enter. It's 3d10 on the ion pistol. Yeah, 3d10, no armor piercing. And it is not mega damage, so be thankful for that, enter. 3d10. Alright, here we go. And we'll throw in 100. Okay, so that's 1. Oh no, that explodes. Alright, that's 9, 11, 21, 29 versus her toughness of 6. She takes the full extent of the wounds, and while she is effectively a mega damage creature because of her chest crab, -1 to hit, she ignores gritty damage, but as the shot goes off, Talagay from point blank just raises his pistol. She comes screaming in with the longsword, and he takes aim and he drags it upwards, and the ion blast pulls her apart. The chest crab begins to screech. Its long tongue just lashes out as it too is incinerated. And she is out of the fight. We're going to go to the next round of combat. Uwu's going to draw another card. It's a 6. Talia gets the 9. But Yakeem gets the Joker! Fuck yeah! Good job, Yakeem. Okay, he's going to act right away, actually. He is going to take his fighting roll, multi-action penalty, so it's only a -2 now. D8 plus a D6. So that is a 5. Now we're gonna throw that burn die on it. He can't get caught now. So that's a 6. Alright, so that's an 11 total. It's going to be a hit with a raise. So it's now 3d12 plus a d6. Alright, so the 6 blows up. So we have 9, 15, 16, 17, 17, 23, plus another 5. It's 28. Versus a toughness of 26. He shakes him. The second attack comes through. -2, that's a 3. Alright, there we go. That's a 9. So it's another hit with the raise. Yakeem just starts putting the burn die more and more onto it, and he feels time slow down, but he is in a panic. At this point, he would rather die fighting than he would maintain being a piece of property. Let's see. 5, 8, 11. Come on, I need this to blow up. 11, 22. That's not enough. No. Yakeem's going to burn a Benny to up that damage. So he's going to try again. Alright. There we go. This is looking a little bit better. It's a 19. 19, 21. Come on, D6. Blows up. What do we say? 21. So it's now 27. 28, 29. And he takes out Rebo. He slices forward. The heavy-bladed axe carves into the heavy armor, and he finally feels and meets bone. The creature just begins to as he tries to pull the axe back out, but Yakeem's already planted one heavy power-armored boot into his chest, and now just withdraws the weapon. Now, I don't want this guy to disappear and die, so why isn't he showing up? Oh, because it's wild card, of course. But regardless, that is Yakim's turn. He turns, and now one of the... Why do I forget what their shooting die is? It's D10, right? Shooting's a D10. This one turns and tries to fire. -4 against Yakim. That's a hit. Ruh-roh. So let's see. The wrist blasters do 2d12 if I remember correctly. 2d12 plus 2. 8 plus 9 is a 17, 19 total. What is Yakim's toughness right now? It's a question of something I should have up. His toughness is at 20. Nice. The shot impacts against his armor. He tries to roll with it a little bit as he starts sprinting towards Talia, knowing he's got to get closer and closer to them. But the shot just kind of echoes off the armor. And we go over to another one. She too, taking cover, takes a shot, but that's not enough to hit. Talia sees both An-Ra and Yakim. Let's ask a fake question. Does Talia try to punish An-Ra? Yes. So he is instead, he holsters the pistol, pulls up a longer plasma rifle, and he's going to take a shot at An-Ra, knowing, of course, that generally any kind of resistance from one of these Alterans is enough to punish death. And so he is going to take the D8 and fire. I believe she has a dodge edge. Yeah, so that's a -2 from ranged attacks, but just brings a 6 down to a 4, which means he hits. So we're going to go 4d6 plus 1. That blows up, so we've got 10. 10, 20, 25. She does not have any bennies. As the shot comes in, Talia aims center mass, and it burns a hole through An-Ra's chest. He then just looks over, sees Yakim, and he's like, "You will get back in your cell. Why are you doing this?" And Yakim just kind of looks up and he goes, "Because fuck you, man. I'm not going to live like an animal." And he goes, "Well, then you will die like one. You understand how that works, right?" And Yakim just, "No." And let's see, Talia. Actually, so I'm gonna take a step back. Actually, Talia has a point of fatigue. That means Anne would not have been hit. So, going backwards, we're going to take that back, and Anne is still alive. But, you know, Talia shoots, and he assumes, but it doesn't actually hit her. We go over to An-Ra. She is going to return fire, because she also knows who he is. So that's a D10 to hit. 7, that'll hit. And she does 2d12. That's a 1, and an 11, so it's a 12 total on the damage. With the toughness of 15, though, Talia doesn't even seem affected by it. An-Ra then ducks back behind cover, and one of her sisters goes. Firing at the big target, she misses Yakim, and we go to the next round of combat. Yakim gets a 6 of clubs. Bra gets the 7 of diamonds. But we're going to start off with Talia. Let's make sure to skip the defeated. Talia is still going to take another shot at An-Ra. And his shooting is a D8, that's right. So it is, she is behind cover, it's a -4 to hit. That blows up. Okay, so it's 14 minus, so that's a hit with the raise. So it's going to be 5d6. So that's 7. Seven, 14. 19 damage total. She is shaken. The shot hits her, even as she kind of pops up to try to take another shot, and she is stunned by it. It throws her backwards. She kind of lands on her back, blinking up at the ceiling. Just, oh, what the fuck? And we go over to first one, taking shots at Yakeem. That is a 1. Let's see. Do we have a critical failure? No, we do not. She shoots and misses and gets back up on her feet, completely ignoring this. And she's going to take her shot against Talia. A 5 hits. 2d12. It's an 11 and a 10. 21. Damn. That's a hit and damage. And suddenly, Talia, oh, what the? No, no, I will not go out like this. Falls over, and more shots start coming at Yakeem. 3 misses. Come on, Yakeem, get into combat. Ooh, that 9 might hit. Yeah, that's a hit. Not with a raise, but it is a hit. 2d12. 5, 6, it's an 11. But it's not enough to get past Yakeem's armor, which is good because he comes bounding up towards them. He is going to multi-action penalty. He's going to take 1 shot, and then he is going to run into melee. So he gets a d10. It's a 6 and a 1. Did we determine that they have the dodge edge? They do. -1. That's still a 4 to hit. And so Yakeem, let's take a look. I forgot already because, you know, he was kind of stuck in combat there. What is the damage on the shot? Take that down to a 5. It is Plasma Bolt. Come on. 3d12 plus 3. All right. A 6, or that's a 9, a 3, that's a 12 total. 15, 16, 17. I'm trying to remember what I did. 17, that's not enough. Yakeem's taking the multi-action penalty. He's taking a shot. It's a -4 total to hit. She's got the dodge edge, so he would have missed in the first place anyway. He then comes bounding forward in an attempt to follow it up. So this is just straight, it's a d8 minus 2. It's a d8 minus 4, actually. So that's a -1. Please don't roll a 1. 5, okay. So that's a 4. It's not enough, but just even with the ferocity of it, he comes tearing up towards him. And Yakeem tries to get into a melee fight with one of these girls. They rally around and they're going to... No, that one doesn't get to move yet. But, so she has a fighting die of a d10. She gets a +1 on the fact that she is now teamed up, or what's it called? Ganged up bonus. So it's... What is this? This is a d10 -2 +1, so it's -1. That's a 7 against his parry, which is a 6. That's going to be a hit. Now, what kind of melee weapons do they have? Oh, vibro daggers. Yep. 2d6 plus strength. And their strength is... Oh, this is not good. 2d6 plus 12 plus 1. so that is 5. It's an 11. It's not quite enough. She stabs, pulls out this vibro dagger, tries to catch him underneath the armor. It seems like it's going to pierce in just a little bit, but she withdraws the blade, and it's just barely bent some of the metal. This other one comes in. She's going to run around the other side, so she's going to have a +2 to her fighting roll against him. So it's a straight roll given everything, which makes it a 9 to hit with a raise. Let's see, it's 5, 10, 21, 22. 22 damage, toughness of 20. He is now shaken. This other one kind of catches, and just underneath where his arm is, the gears and the gyros begin to burn out a little bit as she tries to slice. He seems a little shocked by it. And Ra, let's see. She has no choice. I'm going to give her a spirit roll to see if she can bring herself to fight against her sisters. Or she can. She turns and she is going to take a shot at one of them to try to save the person who may be able to get her out. That's a 2. That's a miss. Not quite sure she brings herself to aim fire. Yakim unshakes handily. He's going to take 2 fighting rolls, one against each one of these gals. So the first one is a -2, -4 total. That's a 7. Nice. So 7 minus 4 is a 3, plus an 8 though is an 11. So that's going to be a hit with a raise. That is what do we say? Why am I forgetting? It's 3d6 or 3d12 plus a d6 for the raise. 10 plus a 4, 14, 15. Ooh. 15, 25. He cuts one of them down. The blood sprays and he doesn't even turn. It sizzles against the outside of this axe. As he turns, and he is going to take his next attack action. Multi-action penalty. It's -4, that's a 1. But now it's a hit with a raise. Thank you, Burn Die, as he just, in the fury of combat, keeps swinging. Trying to do what he can to take this out. 5. What is that? That's a 7. Nice. That die is a little hard to read. 5, 7's 13, or 12. Math. 12, 21. And she is shaken. Yakim takes 2 of them, stunned and surprised. One of the girls goes down. The other one, let's see, can she unshake? And she loses her turn, and she is shocked and surprised at the ferocity. But one of her sisters gets the Joker. And so she is going to take her shot directly against Yakim. Or she's going to take her attack roll. It's a plus, it's a -1, so it's a 7, but that'll hit. And it is 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be a hit with a raise, actually. So, because she's got the Joker. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And as she tries to slam into Yakim, 20 is not enough. Or, yeah, it's not enough to get past his armor. But Anne sees this. She's going to take a shot. 4 -2 to hit because of their dodge edge. Does not hit. Yakim, though, still kind of mad, still slowing down because of the juice bumping through him. He is going to take his dual actions, -4 to hit. Oh, shit. That's a critical failure. So, he is now suffering a glitch, right? No. What's the glitch rules? All right, so if I remember correctly, 2d6 determines. It's a 7, so I think. Oh no, it's a d6. Okay, the power armor begins to short out. It's now at a -4 in addition to it. It's a -6 total. I think Yakeem, I think on his turn, he is going to hit the, he starts smashing and he starts yelling out, "Canopy, canopy, canopy!" trying to get out as quickly as he can. But I'm going to give him the end of the turn. However, this one is going to try to swing at him. 5 minus his 2. It's not enough. She misses. She draws the king. And keeps drawing. It's the 9. She's going to swing again at the king. That is going to be a hit. And so... Oh no, one of the d12s blows up. So it's 10, 22, 33. That's definitely gonna beat his toughness. So that's gonna be 2, almost 3 wounds. That's 3 wounds. Whoops, wrong way. So I'm gonna spend a penny and give him that vigor die. D8. You've got to soak 3 wounds, buddy. Oof. Alright, he takes 3 wounds. As the power armor begins to glitch out, he finds himself trying to get out of it as quickly as he can, and also dropping the axe so he can pick it up on the outside when suddenly one of the blades cuts right through the weak spot. Shocked, Yakeem looks down and just, oh shit. Remains shaken, but as his action, I'm going to give him the internal repair system, +2 to try to take a healing roll, which is a vigor die. Come on, need this to work. So it's a -1 on this roll. Whew, that blows up. That blows up again. Okay, so he heals 2 wounds right off the bat, and he takes 1 charge out of his internal healing, but he remains shaken. Next girl comes up, trying to catch him as he is coming out of the armor. That is an 8 minus 2. That's still a hit. This is not good. He's going to be coming out of the armor. He doesn't have mega damage on. If this actually causes damage to him. 3, 3, and 3. Oh, shit. Good job, Yakeem. As the power armor powers down, his toughness of 8 doesn't actually... it doesn't get through. Woo, that's luck. Anne Ra is going to take her shot against one of her sisters. She doesn't like this. That's a 4. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. But then she runs up, and she's going to get into combat with one of them, just to try to keep Yakeem safe for a moment. Yakeem, come on, buddy. All right, Jack, that's a good start. Now, someone's going to go before you. Fortunately, Anne's going to get to go before everybody. Swings at one of her sisters, a 7 to hit. And get that lined up. Out of bounds, man. All right, so 6, 17 total. She pulls. That's not enough to beat through the toughness, but it's still enough that... Oh, wait. Armor of 12. Vibro daggers have armor piercing of 8. Well, that does change things. So that brings her armor piercing... So, minus 8. That brings that down to a 13. That is enough. Yeah. And... No, not 10 wounds, but... Anne takes one of her sisters out. She goes, I have to get out of here. Please do not make me do this again. Her other sister turns, swings at Yakeem. Not enough to hit though. Yakeem, come on buddy, shake. Get out of this. Damn. He's going to use his other internal healing system. Another charge. It's got 3 total, but now he's down to 2. This would leave him down to 1. Come on, heal. 6. So -1, that's still a 5. He heals his last wound, but he's still shaken. We go back to Anne. She turns, runs to her last sister. She goes, please, join us. Don't make me do this. And I'm going to give her a persuasion check to see if she can get... She's not. Nope. It's a D4, -2. No persuasion roll. Yeah, it's not enough. Anne wastes her turn, but begs her sister, please don't do this. But it's enough for Yakeem to get unshaken. He takes that double-bladed axe. He's no longer taking penalties for the power armor, considering he jumped out of it. So it's just a straight D8. Oh, for fuck's sake, Yakeem. He takes... Okay, so it's now a -1 as the gear begins to short out. Properties, effects, I'm just going to add in... Well, I don't need to add effect. I'll just remember it's a -1 on that axe now. His sister, or her sister, still attacks Yakeem. 6 -2 is a 4. That's not enough to get past his parry. And Yakeem, let's go back around to the next round, gets a Joker. Yakeem, end this fight. So that is a 6, +2 is an 8, -1 is a 7, and that meets her parry! So, this axe, it takes a -1 to the damage, but it is 3d12 +3 -1. So 4 +5 is 9. 13 with no armor piercing. Yakeem's gonna hold on to that Benny. Sister's gonna swing. Rolled a 1. Oh, that is a critical failure. And she now starts taking -1 to her rolls too. Actually, I'm gonna give her. I'm gonna give her distracted as her vibroblade begins to short out a little bit. Anne Ra comes around, and I'm gonna give her one more try. She's gonna try to persuade her sister. It's like, don't do this. That blows up. So it's a 2. That's a 3 versus a persuasion is spirit, right? So her spirit is a D8. If she could beat an 8, or it beats a 3, oh shit. Does mate turncoat? Exceptional, yes. As Yakeem goes for another swing, and Ra holds up a hand. She goes, hold, please hold. We need to talk about this. Sister. And Anra kind of looks over. Goes, why are you doing this? Why have you forsaken them? She goes, you know the answer as much as I do. Yes, but there's no way that they are getting out. She goes, it's not about... It's about trying. Well, if it is about trying, sister, then what do we need to do? We need to get out. We need to open those doors. And we need to fight. Yakeem, holding that blade up high. It's like, oh, hang on. What the fuck just happened? And get out of the way. And Rock kind of turns and goes, no, Yakeem. This fight is over. My sister, she will come with. Or at least she will not get in the way. So, let's duplicate. And now we've got... What do we call her? There we go. And Mate looks over at Anne. She goes, sister, this is a fool's errand. She goes, I know. But if we wish to get out, then a fool's errand is what we must do. And this is the fool who will lead us. Yakeem. Wait, what the fuck did you just say? You just called me a fool? Pretty sure I just kicked everyone's ass. And Mate just, no, you... Anne pretty much killed everybody. Okay. Well, I took out the big dude. You did see that, right? She goes, yeah. We saw that. You did okay. Fuck you mean okay? That's bullshit. But they had a pretty good control on that. But I'm gonna roll a quick twist. Delay. Delay object. Okay. Because with one of those rolls earlier, with the external one, I don't know, I meant to roll objects, not descriptions. Delay object. What object are we talking about? Protection? Helpful. As the, as Yakeem's cast off power armor, there's a moment where just doo-doop. Yakeem goes, did you hear that? I'm gonna give Yakeem a notice roll. D6. 3 and a 5. Yakeem just goes, hey. What the fuck's going on with that power armor? And suddenly, Talia, something clatters out of his hand. Let's see, he took 1 wound. I'm going to give him a vigor. -1 to see if he survives this. Talia, bubbling blood coming out of his mouth. He coughs it out. Hey, Yakeem. I told you not to trust anyone here. You did a very good job, but there's not much you can do. And the power armor. Boop. 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 The Alteran woman look and go, it has been rigged to explode. I do not think we wish to be here anymore. And Yakeem turns and goes, I don't want to fucking be here at all. But we gotta get back that thing. Yes, but this is about to explode. We need to go right now. We haven't even taken out the gun. We need to go right now. And I am going to, in one last action, there is suddenly, as they run towards the gate to get up, the gun, -4 to hit Yakeem, misses. -2 to hit Anne, hits. -2 to hit Mate, misses. And the turret begins to fire. 7 plus 14 total damage. Let's take a look, and toughness is 19. She takes a couple of shots. They deflect off of this mystical amulet that she has around her chest. The gun, though, begins to make the staccato bursts of energy bolts firing across everyone. I'm going to give it another round of firing at them as they run. So against Yakeem, it's -4 to hit. It's 3, it misses. Against Anne, 6, that hits. Against... So Anne gets hit again. 11, 14. As the armor begins to absorb some of the shots, it slows her down just a little bit. But Yakeem just goes, "We've got to go. We've got to go right now." His pace die is a D8. Actually, I'm going to give them athletics rolls to see if they get out, as Talia has detonated the power armor. That is a 5. I'm going to throw his burn die on just to see. Okay, 10. Yakeem is going to get out, but the ladies... No, she's going to fail. Mate doesn't. And as they begin running, Yakeem suddenly sprints, like faster than any Olympic sprinter you've ever seen. He starts bounding up the staircase quickly, easily, the plasma weapon still in his hand, still crackling and glowing, but he is now a blur. Mate, the new one, comes up. Oh, she's distracted, though. That would have given her -2s. The two gals, as the shots start hitting them, it slows them down just slightly. And as Yakeem looks back, I'm going to ask one last question. Well, not one last question. Does Yakeem go back for the view? How dare I temporarily forget how to spell women? Oh, fuck. Yakeem turns, looks over her shoulder, sees the two. Mate had stopped to pick Anne back up. The burn marks across her chest from where the rifle, or from the turret, began shooting into her. And he just... No. I ain't going back. And he bolts. The explosion begins to ripple the underground. The detonation of this nuclear power cell just begins to ripple outwards. There's a sickening purple glow as the two women, the two Alteran warrior women, attempting to try to get their fate away from the Splugorth. Their faces turn upwards, and for a moment there's almost a little bit of a joy and ecstasy before they are incinerated. Yakeem, still running full blast, full force, gets up before the whiplash of explosion suddenly ripples the ground. As though it's made out of just the softest material, it ripples. A wave of dirt and concrete suddenly explodes behind him, and then there is the angry sound of a water god taking control as the explosion destroys the base. The water just as a cacophonous sound, and Yakeem lays down underneath Earth's sky for the first time in weeks. The explosion's still rippling underneath, but for a moment, he just takes a breath, ragged. Ugh. Fuck. As the smoldering remains of the base just continues to implode on itself, the weight of the water quickly dissipating whatever's going on, but steam beginning to rise from where the nuclear explosion occurred. And that's where we're going to end the game for tonight. So, for those of you joining, for those of you who maybe this is your first episode, maybe this is the first time you've seen, feel free to join us on Dying Sai at patreon.com/Dying Sai. You can join the Juicer Army and gain access to our Discord server, in addition to, once I kind of get through the cold season and I'm not behind on episodes, advanced copies of our episodes, name NPCs as they come up, vote to give bennies over to Yakeem just so he doesn't have to keep hoping for fucking jokers just to survive. Then also just kind of generally hang out and be doofuses with us. But otherwise, this podcast will release Tuesday morning. I record on Saturday nights. And regardless of what you may think, thank you.